Hello everyone. Welcome back to Smart Maths with Surbhi. I am so glad that you are here because today's lesson is genuinely mind-blowing. And I promise by the end of it, you'll never look at quadrilaterals the same way again. We are on part 6 of chapter 4, Quadrilaterals. So far, we have learned what quadrilaterals are and their types and some properties of parallelogram. So, today we are going to do what is the sum of angles inside any quadrilateral, and number 2, what's special about the diagonals of a rhombus. If you haven't watched part 1 to 5 yet, I'll leave the playlist link in the description box. But don't worry, today's lesson is self-contained. So let's dive in. Now I want you to think, is it possible to draw a quadrilateral that has 3 angles equal to 90 degree, but the fourth angle is not a 90 degree? So go on, try, grab a piece of paper and try drawing it. Why we cannot have 3 right angles and 1 non-right angle? The answer lies in one of the most important properties of a quadrilateral, the angle sum property. And to understand it, we need to use our knowledge of triangles. So students, let's take a quadrilateral and let's call it as SOME. Draw it nicely with 4 vertices, that is S, O, M and E. Okay, now here's a trick. Draw one diagonal, let's draw SM. This diagonal divides our quadrilateral into 2 triangles, that is SEM and triangle SOM. We already know that the angle sum of a triangle is how much? 180 degrees. So in triangle SEM, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equals to 180 degree. Similarly, in triangle SOM, angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is 180 degree. Now, what happens when we add both the equations together? So, I'm going to add angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equals to 180 plus 180, that is a 360. But wait, look at the diagram carefully. Angle 1 and angle 4 together makes an angle S of a quadrilateral. So, angle 3 and angle 6 together makes an angle M. And angle 2 and angle E. And similarly, angle 5 and angle O. So, what do we get? That angle S plus angle O plus angle M plus angle E is equals to 360 degree. So, the key property of this is the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is always 360. So, student, isn't it that beautiful? No matter what shape of quadrilaterals you draw, a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, and even a weird loop side one, the angles always add up to exactly a 360 degree every time. So, let's go back to the opening question. It says if the 3 angles are 90 degree, then those 3 together already their total will be 90 plus 90 plus 90, that is 270. And since all 4 angles must add up to 360 degree, so the fourth angle must be also a 90 degree, that is 360 minus 270, that will be 90. So the fourth angle has to be 90 degree as well. Students, let's go to page number 202, figure it out questions. So question number 1 says, find the remaining angles in the following quadrilateral. Now, if you see, this is a quadrilateral with P, E, A and R. So, agar aap dekho, so they have already given it with a arrows that PE is parallel to AR, correct? And similarly, PR is parallel to EA because there are 2 arrows here. So this means this is parallel to this. Okay. Now, so you can say therefore this is a parallelogram because the parallelogram property is being used here. So PEAR is a parallelogram, you will say. Now, how to do it? If you see parallel A is the angle 1, 2, 3 start. So angle P is equals to angle A, that is 40 degree. Why so? opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. And you also have to write it down. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. You also have to write the reasons, please. Now, if I do angle P plus angle R, so if you see angle P and R, it is in a straight line, so its sum will be 180 degree. The sum of an adjacent of parallelogram is 180 degree. So I'll write it. The sum of adjacent sides of parallelogram is 180 degree. Okay, now if I add this up, so this will be 40 degree, right? Because angle P is 40. So angle P plus angle R is equals to 180 degree. So angle R will be 180 degree minus 40 degree. That is 140 degree. So this is my angle R which I got. Okay. So let's write it down. Angle R is 140 degree. अगर एंगल R 140 है, so एंगल E भी क्या हो जाएगा 140, correct? Angle R is equals to angle E, that is 140. Why so? Again, this opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So I'll write the reason. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal here. So students, this is how we have found all the three angles if we have only one angle with us. So let's go to the next part. Again, the next part, if you see, उन्होंने फिर से draw करा हुआ है, so I can write that PQ is parallel to SR, right? Similarly, PS is parallel to QR. So this proves that PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, this is how I'm going to write it up. Now, as I told you that this is a parallelogram, so parallelogram की properties भी we are going to use. Okay, so I can write angle P is equals to angle R, that is 110 degree, because opposite angle of parallelogram are equal. So I'll write opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Okay, so this is also what? 110 degree. If you see angle P and angle S, so can I write angle P plus angle S is equals to 180 degree, because the sum of adjacent sides of a quadrilateral, of a parallelogram, the sum of adjacent sides of a parallelogram is always 180 degree. So angle P मेरे को पता है, it is 110 degree, but angle S नहीं पता है, that is, I'll write equals to 180. So angle S will be 110 उधर की साइड जाएगा, it is a positive 1, उधर की साइड जाएगा, so this becomes a negative 1. So मेरा angle S निकल जाएगा as 70 degree. So angle S किसके opposite है? If you see, this is 70 degree. Angle S किसके opposite है? Angle Q. So I can write angle S is equals to angle Q, that is 70 degree. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal here. Okay, let's go to the third one. So students, if you see figure third one, okay, you see it is looking like a parallelogram, a square too, but if you see the sides UV, VW, WX and XU, okay, all are equal. So all sides किसमें equal होती है? In a rhombus. So you'll say XWUV is a rhombus here. Okay, because all sides are equal. All sides equal. Okay. Now a diagonal is also made. So it is divided into two triangles, in which each triangle is an isosceles one, right? So you'll write in triangle VUX. अगर आप VUX देखो, VUX, this one, this triangle. ओके, वन ऑफ द एंगल इज ऑलरेडी 30 डिग्री और उन्होंने बोला दिस साइड एंड दिस साइड इज इक्वल, तो साइड्स इक्वल है तो एंगल भी इक्वल होंगे, करेक्ट. So you can write that I'll write it here. UV is equals to UX. Okay. अगर साइड्स इक्वल है तो एंगल्स भी इक्वल होंगे. सो आई कैन राइट UXV is equals to UVX, that is 30 degree here. Okay. The diagonals of a and I also know the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. So this is, I'll write it here also. Just a minute. I'll rub this first. Okay. So you can see this is also what? A 30 degree. Okay. Now a diagonal is made. So I can write angle UXV is equals to angle WXY. That is also a 30 degree. Why so? The diagonals of a rhombus bisects its angle. So the diagonals of a rhombus bisect the angle. करेक्ट. सो मेरे को WXV भी मिल गया. अब आप बोलोगे कि मैम बाइसेक्ट्स द एंगल मतलब जो भी एंगल होगा उसको इक्वल हाफ्स में काटते, तो एंगल क्या होगा? 60 होगा, तो उसका हाफ हमारे पास 30 ऑलरेडी है, तो हम इससे पता लगा लेंगे दैट दिस एंगल इज ऑल्सो व्हाट? अ 30 डिग्री, बिकॉज दिस इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ rhombus here. Okay. Okay. So now this is 30. So this will also be 30. Correct, students? So हमें ये angles भी मिल गए हैं. So this is 60. This is 60. But what about angle W and angle U? अब इसमें हम property लगा देंगे. Opposite adjacent angles are equals to 180 degree. The sum of adjacent angles, correct? So I can write angle U plus angle X. पूरा angle ले रही हूं मैं. So it will be equals to 180 degree. अब angle U तो मेरे पास नहीं है, but I have angle X that is 60 degree. So it will be 180 degree. So I can write angle U is equals to 180 minus 60. So students, this is our part 4. So the part 4 is AEIO. अगर आप सारी sides देखो, they are equal. So AEIO is a rhombus here. Okay. अब rhombus की क्या प्रॉपर्टी होती है? अगर उसका डायगोनल होगा सो इट डिवाइड्स, इट बाइसेक्ट्स इक्वली, राइट? तो अगर ये एंगल 20 है तो ये भी 20 हो जाएगा, करेक्ट? तो आई कैन राइट होल एंगल E इज इक्वल्स टू 20 डिग्री. ओके. अब अगर दिस एंगल इज 20, एंगल E इज 20, राइट? तो आई कैन राइट एंगल O ऑल्सो एज 20. If you see in triangle this, in triangle AEO, ठीक है? So angle E is equals to angle O, that is 20 degree because they are isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. So what is the isosceles triangle? That two sides are equal. If the sides are equal, then angles are equal, also equal. So I can write angle A plus angle O plus angle E is equals to 180 degree. So this is angle A नहीं पता है, बस they are 20 and 20 degree. That is 180 degree. So मेरा angle A हो जाएगा 180 degree minus 40 degree. That is equals to 140 degree. Correct? And this is 20. Now diagonals bisect, right? तो मेरा पूरा angle ये क्या हो जाएगा? This is also a 20 degree. And I can write angle A is equals to angle I is equals to 140 degree. Why so? Opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles of rhombus are equal. So easy, students. This is how we are going to solve 1, 2, 3 and 4 parts of find it out. Question number 2 says, using the diagonal properties, construct a parallelogram whose diagonals are of length 7 centimeter and 5 centimeter and intersect at an angle of 140 degree. I'll tell you the steps to draw it, and you'll just see the screen that how we going to draw it, okay?
Step 1. Draw diagonal AC of 7 centimeters. Using a ruler, draw a straight horizontal line. Mark the left end as point A and the right end as point C. This 7 centimeter segment will become one of the two diagonals of our parallelogram. Step 2. Now draw diagonal BD of 5 centimeters, intersecting AC at a point O, such that the angle BOC equals 140 degrees. Place your protractor at O with the base along OC. Mark an angle of 140 degrees, then draw a line through O in that direction. Mark B on this line 2.5 centimeters from O, and D on the opposite side, also 2.5 centimeters from O. The total length BD is 5 centimeters. Step 3. Label the intersection point as O. Notice that OA equals OC equals 3.5 centimeters. O is the midpoint of diagonal AC. Similarly, OB equals OD equals 2.5 centimeters. O is also the midpoint of diagonal BD. This is the key property: the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Step 4. Now we use a compass to find the remaining two vertices. Open your compass to 3.5 centimeters the length OA. Draw arcs of 3.5 centimeters from both A and C. Then open your compass to 2.5 centimeters the length OB. Draw arcs of 2.5 centimeters from both B and D. The four arcs intersect at two new points. Mark these as P and Q. These are the other two vertices of our parallelogram. Step 5. Finally, join P to A and B, and Q to C and D, to form parallelogram PQCD. You can verify the construction: opposite sides PA and CD are parallel and equal, and opposite sides AD and PC are also parallel and equal. The diagonals PC and AD bisect each other at O, confirming it is a parallelogram. Well done. Your parallelogram is now complete.
Next question is, using a diagonal property, construct a rhombus whose diagonals are of length 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter.
Step 1. Draw diagonal AC of 5 centimeters. Step 2. Now we draw the perpendicular bisector of AC, called line PQ. Step 3. The perpendicular bisector crosses AC exactly at its midpoint. Step 4. The second diagonal BD is 4 centimeters long, so OB and O. Step 5. Finally, join the four vertices. Draw line AB, then BC, then CD, then DA. You have now formed rhombus ABCD. All four sides are equal in length, the diagonals bisect each other at right angles. And each diagonal bisects the vertex angles. Well done, your rhombus is complete.
And that's a wrap for part 6. You have officially leveled your quadrilateral knowledge. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second to help this channel reach more students who need it. Subscribe if you don't have already, and ring a bell icon so you can never miss a new video. Part 7 is coming soon. We'll go deeper into quadrilateral properties and start some more exciting constructions. It's going to be good. Until then, keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, maths is not hard. Just haven't met the right teacher yet. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.